Where did he just go?
I guess that's how the video started.
He's in BRB.
Did he go? Did he say it?
Yeah, he said it in the chat.
Oh, he's probably trying to fix his mic. Okay, anywho. Welcome everybody to Ranger Nation, the show where we talk Power Rangers all the time. If you're tuning in, tune in for a very special episode of Party Nation tomorrow. You want to know why? Because it's just going to be a me stream, apparently. So, yeah.
We're all busy, and he's salty because of it.
Nobody's busy. They quit.
My sister graduation.
It was a big. He's lying. There's no graduation.
When I show pictures on Instagram, then they go look at.
He doesn't even post. No, he does not post on Instagram. I don't even know what an Instagram is. Anywho, we are.
Hold on. The truth needs to come out. We were actually fired from Party Nation as
he won't pay us no more.
Cuts that had to be made, and we were the first on the chopping block. So
he said there's room for only one black man. So
yeah.
Well,
agreed.
That.
And Daren already declared that I'm the sexiest member, so I had to go by elimination.
Yeah.
And he still hasn't paid me.
You didn't get the deposit? Oh, something's wrong with your Cash App. Oh Jesus, you might want to check that out and get that checked out. It's there. I saw it. I saw it. I sent it. I'll show the world. You might want to get that fixed. Anywho, wait, what is that? Who's coughing?
Oh my gosh, that was funny.
Anywho, welcome to Ranger Nation. We are on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 2 episodes 6 through 10. There was a lot of action in these. A lot of romance, a lot of kidnapping.
Plot for 5 episodes, except one.
A lot of Tommy getting kidnapped. Also, a lot of him doing like the world's most awkward front flips.
Yeah, what the fuck are they doing? Like choreography wise,
he did a front flip with his legs like wide open, and he like grabbed his knees. It was like a somersault front flip. Like it was no reason to do a front flip before you kick the putty.
And why is he getting his ass beat like this?
Yeah, like it's very unsettling. Remember the episode where like the gas is getting in their suit or whatever?
Forget that episode. It happened every episode. He got kicked the same way every episode. Where he would be fighting and then get kicked, and then he's like, Ugh!
Yeah, but I'm saying, why did the gas made him do a front flip?
I don't know. It's
to fall. I always used to say like they do like the most random outlandish flips whenever they get hurt. I laughed so hard because everybody else, they fell normally. Like it was heating them up. Like they were getting heated up. This man decides to do a front flip and fall.
I don't remember. What episode was that in?
I forgot. It was heating them up from the inside. And Billy says, "We're getting incinerated from inside." I said, they're back to that. I think it was a flower episode.
Oh, okay.
That was
the only one that had a different plot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I guess we're back to Billy saying nonsensical science jargon for some reason.
How many environment episodes do they have in this goddamn show? Like, I swear it's like almost every other episode they clean in the environment, bro.
I've never seen teenagers so worried about global warming and stuff. Like, this is their life. And how they're so awkward when the lady's like, I heard the Power Rangers might show up, and Zach just freezes.
Like, he just freezes. Like, what are you doing? Bro, that episode pissed me off. No,
we don't know them.
They're filming Tommy. Putty's up here. They tell everybody to leave. The dude leaves the camera and they proceed to fight and morph anyway.
Don't get me started on that. The episode where they saved the little girl and Tommy says, I'll get her. And then he gets to the girl. He turns around and says, mind you, 5 feet. They saw you walk over and get her. I got her, guys. And then they all yell in their suits. Good job, Tommy.
Keep in mind, this is a kid show.
just say.
I get that, but still,
but just say his name out loud like that, and then she just casually forgets. Like she's legit when they're talking to Bulk, who thinks he's just like gonna figure this out. She's describing the Rangers. I get she's a kid, so her heights and descriptions are off, which is hilarious. But it's the fact that she like describes like their hair colors to a T, and the team is not even trying not to look like suspicious and guilty. They're all standing up. Especially Zach. Zach just has a constant look of nervousness and terror whenever they get close to getting found out, because they're not. I don't know why you're worried about Bulk and Skull figuring out your secret identities. They're not that smart.
Not even that, but what would they really do?
They almost did it, right?
They didn't even...
in that, what, episode 4 with
the scrambler thing
with the tape. I was like, good job, guys. Honestly, I was like, all right.
They were close.
They didn't even know that Tommy was in high school with them in Forever Red. Like basically, like, sir, you have a phone call.
Oh yeah, they did do that. They did. They acted like they didn't even know who Tommy was.
When did that happen?
In Forever Red. I forgot about that. They was like Tommy was like laying on like poolside or something. It was something like when they first say that whenever I guess when Carter or whoever puts the phone call in to Tommy, he's like laying poolside in Forever Red, and Bulk and Skull are like they're working at the pool or something for some reason.
They're basically his like laddies or something. Like they work for him.
Yeah, and it was so dumb. I'm like, this is just a weird way to get them back in the show.
It was like I once I saw like Lord Zed and Rita. You know what? So did I. Basically, that was the whole conversation, and the phone rings, and they pick you up and goes, "You want to bug him, or should I?" And then Bulk like bumps him into Skull into the pool, and he goes, "Sir, you have a phone call."
No, I don't remember. That's gonna be an interesting rewatch when we get to that.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
You've never seen it? Oh well.
I don't think he saw Wild Force.
Oh yeah,
I've seen like one episode of Wild Force, so I haven't touched it.
Oh, you're in for a
wild
force of
time.
Wow. Anywho, but yes, Tommy getting kidnapped.
Same thread.
Tommy getting kidnapped randomly in these episodes. No, it pissed me off. What? Jason and Kimberly. What?
They watched him get took, bro. I was gonna bring that up. They watched him, bro.
Oh my god, Jason. Tommy.
No. What pissed me off is they was like, hold on, Tommy. They ran, then stopped, and then waited till he got captured to run forward, bro.
My thing is, Tommy, you're not stronger than the putties, bro. Like, you start off wiping the floor with like 5 of them. Yeah. And then more show up and just grab your guys.
He's weaker now.
I mean, he is weaker now, but still, like, bro,
I'm so tired of that. I'm gonna let Daren take it away because Darren's tired of that.
It's like, especially these final 5. Don't do that. Nope. Put me back. They're like, they really hammer it home, and I don't exactly know what the reason behind it is, but they're really leaning into this idea that he's losing his powers, which should be a really cool storyline. I like this idea, but like, what is it? Episode 7, where like it like ends super like somberly, and like, I guess that's the end of the Green Ranger, and it ends in such a like sad moment. I was like, that was really good. I like how impactful this felt. And in episode 8, immediately he has him back. I'm like, what's the points? Why did we do that? We didn't have to do that.
And guess what? They're about to do it in another couple episodes.
They could only do like 5 episodes of the Dragon Zord because there's only 5 good shots of where it doesn't actually hit the monster, where you can kind of do a trick editing thing.
We're not talking about the Megazord stuff. We're talking about the
No, I mean, like, the reason why they kept giving him his powers back is so they can like use the Dragon Zord and stuff.
I get that, but I feel like I feel like the end of last season, they were starting to do a really good job at how they were using him and how they were writing that character. And sometimes they didn't have footage; they just didn't show him in an episode. And I think I would have done something similar to that. I think maybe they could have benefited from a 1 episode on, 1 episode off thing of just like, well, you don't have to mention where he's at, or like they did really good at being like, well, he's at a tournament, he's off there, and we aren't following him this episode, and that even just makes sense. Or just bring him into the plot when you do need an extra boost of power. So sometimes it makes sense if he's not there, because they're facing a villain that maybe doesn't need the like Green Ranger power, like they can handle it on their own kind of thing, to like reserve his power. And I don't know how much longer we have of this, but
it's
one thing that
is 1 week, because next week is the week before we get to the White Ranger stuff.
Gotcha.
One thing I noticed when watching the Green, because I wasn't here last week, so I'm gonna like my thoughts on the Green with the meeting one, the first 3 episodes. One thing I noticed was I just started chuckling at it, is because the fact that they used Green with Evil footage while also having the Rangers jump up on the roof for no apparent reason, only to get knocked off again, just like in the footage of Green with Evil.
It's like the Zord footage. Just like Haim Saban, you couldn't film them doing a different Ranger call for the new Zords.
No,
that is a lot of mouthful.
That would have cost money.
Yeah. I also really hated the villain in episode 8. I hated that they defeated him by. No, that was episode 9.
The Octafant.
Yeah.
Oh,
I hated that they defeated him by showing a mirror. That pissed me off so much.
He's so vain. I'm like, bro, like you couldn't think of any better dialogue to write than he thinks he looks good. Like,
and Billy's dialogue, I was like, I've been doing research and I think he's super vain. And then Jason's like, good job, Tommy. I'm like, a 12-year-old could have come up with that. Like, just listen to him and you could. I don't know.
Keep in mind, kids are watching the show.
So
yeah, but the later seasons
still
aren't
dumb.
They
don't know.
30-year-olds will be like, "This is dumb." Kids will be like, "Yeah, that's awesome."
They don't know what being vain is. So
I'm sure their parents told them.
I'm sure they didn't, because their parents didn't want them watching this. But what's another? When Tommy gets the power, gives up the sword of power, and Zordon in his infinite wisdom, who seems to know every single plan that Zed and his cronies come up with. This is the one time you didn't know. This is the one you don't know. How didn't you know? How didn't you? And then the way Tommy just brings it up, and the way he's talking should have gave it away. Maybe if we summon the sword of power, I can defeat Zed once and for all. So they call forth the sword of power, and then all of a sudden, see you later, Ring. I said, dog.
Oh, it's that episode. I know what you're talking about now.
Way to ham it up. Like, I'm like, you couldn't tell that? Then Kimberly's, oh no. Camera zooms in on her face. Not again.
Another version
what are we doing?
Them trying to let the kids figure out what's going on is that when there's like double Rangers, and basically a personator was going around with their faces, but the episode is like Zordon is charging or something in the morphing grid, and Alpha leaves the
you mean the episode that you missed from last week because you fell asleep?
So that I was about to fall asleep again to wait.
You're a horrible person. Yeah, but yeah, we talked about that last week. We that was honestly hilarious, and we all agreed that like Alpha getting ready to self-destruct in the middle of a park last week. It was so dumb.
And put the kid in danger.
Put the kid in danger, but you're gonna blow yourself up to keep yourself from getting captured. That was so dumb.
And the fact that like the reason why Zordon wasn't there is so the kids could actually be evil and not know what's going on until like Zordon comes back and Zordon just like randomly knows what's happening. I'm like,
which clearly that does. They just proved in this episode like that doesn't need to happen. Like season 2 is leagues better than season 1, but you still have like they dropped the ball in the right. And I know Tosh says we're coming up on the time when like they have to try to figure stuff out because of Austin St. John, Tui Trang, and Walter. They leave, so we're approaching that time because I know you said it's around the time of the hair change. And Zach just showed up in this one episode with the braids, like out of nowhere.
It's literally 7 episodes after White Light, which is crazy.
It's during White Light.
No, like when the power transfer happens, it's 7 episodes later.
No, I'm talking about when the cast leave.
Yeah, when the cast leaves, it's 7 episodes later.
No, they leave before that because in the Ninja Encounter episodes, they were using restock footage of Trini, Jason, and Zach sitting in a park somewhere.
Well, I was talking about the episodes, like what they showed.
Dude, like, what are you trying to argue with me on this? Like,
no, what I'm saying is when how the episodes aired, they literally left 7 episodes in chronological order.
I'm talking about the actors.
Yeah, the actors may have left early, but I wasn't talking off screen. I was talking about in.
But that's what Lance was talking about.
I was talking about in continuity.
But that's not what Lance was talking about. I'm answering to what Lance is talking about.
Well, you were trying to argue about what.
I'm not. He literally brought up a point, and I'm just reiterating. What are you? What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
You're confusing us.
Yeah. Anywho,
they leave. Like they leave.
Yeah.
Like literally,
so,
it's the White Light episodes where they're gone and they have to use restock footage.
This is where I was saying they don't leave then because chronologically they leave 7 episodes later.
We're talking about the actors leaving.
Yes, I know the actors leave. I'm talking
about the characters.
We're not talking. I'm talking about the actors.
We're talking about the actual.
So they have to try to get creative with the writing, is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the characters themselves. I'm just talking about the actors because this is where they have to start getting creative with the writing. We're getting to that weird period in season 2, and I'm starting to see like the season started off. The season started off really, really, really strong. And chat, they always tell me I'm nitpicking everything, like. But honestly, like these episodes had some pretty shoddy writing in it.
They were the all same plot, bro. Like
it's like each episode you just swap out the villain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I came into this episode being like, I don't know what I have to say because I think they're all just kind of fine. Like I think 7 did this storyline pretty well. Like I actually quite liked 7. I liked the tone of it, but I think 7 becomes worse when you're right, when 8, 9, 10, and 11, or 8, 9, and 10 are also the same kind of general story and idea. What are some thoughts I have? I actually I've been enjoying Jason more these last couple episodes. Like I liked it. Oh God, I don't even remember what episode it was, but like when like all the Rangers are like tied up.
Wow.
And when
I'm leaving that in.
What was that?
I'm sorry. Keep going, Daren. Your thoughts are wonderful. I was mesmerized by your hat, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
When all the Rangers are like tied up and Jason has to like one-on-one this monster, I was like, okay, this is what I've been wanting from Jason. I've been wanting to see.
Can we pause on that moment?
Yeah.
That was Billy thought he did some shit on that one.
All he did was throw his fucking thing and hit him, and then.
No, I'm talking about when Billy freed the Rangers.
Oh yeah.
He did the stuff. Yeah. I said Billy, it didn't take all that force. They tied up with some rope. They couldn't break free on their own. And then you just look at Tommy just over there, just I can still fight.
Well,
like,
he did get his energy drained. I'll give him a pass on that one.
He did, but it was funny because it's like to show the energy drain.
Y'all
Y'all turned this man doo-doo green. Like he was such a muddy green color.
It was like a grayish.
Yeah. I said also this is where Ninja Storm got the idea from. When you drain a Ranger's power, you literally drain all their color.
I kind of like that.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun.
And he forcibly teleported him back. Tommy was so pissed.
He was like, "No, I gotta make the call on this one." Dude. God.
He hit his belt with so much force. I said, he's already weak, dog. Like, why'd you punch him so hard right there? He said, "No, I'm making a cut." Oh, I said, "Gee, a simple tap could have sufficed." But he was feeling himself after courageously karate chopping them ropes. It's the fact that they were standing there, not in like, they didn't look like they were in any distress, any peril. They're just standing there like normal,
taking a breather.
Yeah, like, yeah, sweet. We ain't got to fight this thing right now. But yeah, I'm sorry. I just had to laugh at that because that was hilarious. I'm sorry. But no, that was a good Jason moment.
Yeah,
and I'm glad he finally got his time. Austin, he's coming into himself as an actor in this season. I will say that he's coming into his own as an actor. But you can definitely tell they're definitely writing Tommy to be more of a presence, and I'm seeing that like we've said that since we started season 2. He's definitely becoming more of a presence. I like that, but you can tell it's a power dynamic imbalance.
Yeah, like I do appreciate that this season, especially, he feels like a member of the friend group, not just a character that pops in and out, you know, when the plot needs him to. Like he's actually there, and there's dynamics on screen with him that are very fun to watch. But yeah, it is like I kind of wish we could have just waited. You know what I mean? Like I kind of wish they would have waited until he had his like tiger power, his, you know, until we do the White Ranger stuff for him to really step up and be that power dynamic, because it is just unfair to Austin. It is just unfair to Jason. Like, again, I want to love Jason, right? Jason's a kid. Like, he is, in many ways, that red suit will always be more iconic than anything Tommy can wear, just in terms of, like, it's the symbol of Power Rangers. It just is. And I want to love the first ever Red Ranger way more than I do. Like, I want the first Red Ranger to be iconic, you know, and it's just like, I'm trying to root for it. It just hasn't, except for exceptions like this, which is like, yeah, pretty good episode and stuff like that, but still will just doesn't have the presence that a Tommy has, unfortunately.
That's true. Anything to add, Taj?
Huh?
Anything to add to that?
No, I'm good.
Gotcha.
I don't want to get the Jason fans on me right now.
I have a couple thoughts, just really, really quickly. I also want to bring up Trini. I'm sick of them not giving her anything to do. Any storyline she has is connected to other characters. Like they did it 2 episodes in a row, where the first one is like her having the crush on, was it Richie or whatever?
Randomly.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's what we're doing here? All right. And then
that's all I do with her character.
And then another one is her like having an attachment to, like, you know, the kid, her cousin, right? It was like, I feel like we've done like 3 episodes with that, where it's like her and some kid and her like watching some kid. It's like, give her something of her own, literally anything. I still don't feel like there's been one good Trini episode. In 70 episodes, there hasn't been one Trini episode where I'm like, this is good. This is a good episode.
And she won't get it either.
No. We're almost done with her. And that sucks. That really sucks.
Yeah. Dang, you just made me realize. Dang, Trini.
That'd be kind of sucked, though.
Dang.
Yeah.
Because it's like we had them for
Zach
a while.
And Kimberly had stuff. I think Zach probably had the better out of the OG 5 at least.
Yeah, no, like all have had really good little arcs and moments, and I feel like any episode that's focused on her is always another character is the focus, or it's due to her nationality. It's like, oh, we have to do this episode. And it's like, yeah, but that's not like, and you know, if it was good representation, I could be like, okay, that's fine. But it's always like very stereotype Asian character insert here, and it's like, I wish. And I get it's the time, things weren't as good then, but it's like, I want something more sustainable for her.
Yeah. I would say it's racist, but Adam get more than her, so.
Very true, he does.
Yeah, so that's kind of. Yeah, we don't have a lot to say about these episodes, y'all. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
no, I'm done.
Yeah, no, I'm done too.
Like Daren said, switch the villains, like I said, and it's the same plots like every episode. You can switch the villains around, and it's like, whatever.
And honestly, it pains me to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also agree with Daren, like last season when he was like, they should have just left out the Green Ranger stuff if he was just going to keep coming back.
Yeah.
Because now him coming back as the White Ranger, like I remember that episode, and we'll get to it when we get to it, but they're so hyped that he's coming back. I was like, he was just here like 3 episodes ago.
Right.
Like,
it would hit a lot harder if he was gone like a season and a half.
Right. Like the first half of the season that he come in with the new team, and it's like, all right.
I don't remember this stuff at all. I thought he was gone for like forever, and then he came back. I don't remember this. And I think you're right.
Basically, Zordon is like a portable battery for the Green Ranger until he becomes the White Ranger. Like that's when he like basically charges him.
We'll get to the White Ranger because I have issues with that whole stuff. They should have switched the suits.
How did they make that work? Because that's like a whole.
It's a different
Sentai.
Which is
why
why
they even make it work.
When you watch season 2, it's mostly Tommy on his own fighting the main villain, and then they got the footage for them.
Gotcha.
Okay. They start using American footage because the Sentai is pretty much gone at this point. So, like, y'all noticed it or whatever.
I did have Rich for a second because I do know there's history there, and like, so he was supposed to be the White Ranger.
It was rumored that he was. It was rumored back. You know, it's no internet back then, so. But that was the rumor that they were going to make him the White Ranger.
So was that opposed to Tommy? Like, would Tommy have not have been that then?
Tommy was supposed to be on a different show.
Tommy was supposed to get like a spinoff. And
no, he was supposed to be on VR Troopers.
Who was supposed to be the White Ranger? His brother?
Richie. That was the theory going around back then. It was going to be Richie and...
Oh, the random guy that Trini
Yeah. Okay. It was rumored to be him back then. And
wait, they do that in the comics though?
Is that Tommy?
Tommy's brother? No.
Yeah, is that Tommy's brother? Because I thought it was also Tommy's brother. Like,
no, Tommy's brother don't get introduced till Zeo.
No, I mean, I thought he was supposed to be like rumored to be like that's when they wanted him, and then they waited until Zeo.
No, that didn't happen back then.
Gotcha.
Because I felt like I saw that.
But Tommy, like you can find the VR Trooper original pilot episode on YouTube. It's Tommy. Like Zordon sends him on like his own mission or something, and he runs into this professor or some shit like that, and he tells him about like the VR Trooper program, and then he becomes the VR Trooper thing. But then they brought him back to Power Rangers. So yeah.
I mean, I guess
I'm glad that didn't happen because Power Rangers would have died. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But before we wrap it up,
what exactly is this? Y'all said we had to talk. I didn't do any I didn't look into it. So what exactly is it?
It is it's Jin. The guy who gets the scoops on the Ranger stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's Jin.
Okay. That's where I got that from. Some sources suggest that Eric Frank was considered to become the White Ranger in Power Rangers Zeo.
Yeah, they talked about it in the whatchamacallit.
In the little documentary thing.
Yeah. So with this, Jin, Super Jin, that's the I'm about to say TikTok user. That's the Twitter user's handle. He got a little scoop about what's gonna be like with the Hasbro Ranger show? Apparently,
No, he said here's what was pitched. You say it at the top.
yeah. This is what was pitched for the Hasbro show.
Oh,
Initially.
the way you was talking made it seem like that's what they're still doing. I was like, no.
I mean, it may still happen. Like,
no, do something different.
Now, it sounds good though. Like, okay, so when a small town is rocked by a series of bizarre time anomalies, people vanishing, memories changing, and fragments of futuristic tech appearing, a group of misfits and outsiders are drawn to the center of it all, a forgotten facility buried beneath the town. They are chosen to become the first Power Rangers team to exist in decades, but the world doesn't remember the Rangers ever existed. This series was pitched as a mystery detective style story, a soft reboot with other seasons in the franchise canon from a distance. The show will also explore the backstory and origin of the Morphin Grid. It'll be a bigger budget TV show for Disney Plus and Hulu with a story planned over multiple seasons.
Okay.
Why didn't they just do that? That actually sounds kind of cool.
It sounds like CW, like, it sounds very like modern network television meets Power Rangers. Very like Riverdale. Like
those
Riverdale
suits, bro.
tried to
Oh
be.
my fucking gosh, bro.
I wish they could have used these suits.
That's what I'm saying. They look so good. And the Thunderzords go with that Sentai.
Why is this giving Gotham Knight?
No, it don't.
Tell us to get 5 overbearing and emotional humans. That's what basically the synopsis was.
People are saying, is casting started yet? No, you buffoon. This is how I know people don't read.
Yeah. Put something else. I believe he had put more stuff, but he probably deleted it. Wait, where's it in here? Nope. He had put something else, but I guess he deleted it. I don't want to be verified.
Wow, you're so stalking.
He had other stuff on it, but I guess he deleted it. But that sounds good. Like, honestly, like when I read that the other night, I'm like, oh, I'm down for that. Like,
I would be down.
Yeah, that sounds good. Like you're keeping the lore, which I like. You're keeping the lore. You're tying it to previous seasons without it being a overarching plot. I like that.
Yeah, and also doing a connection to the Morphin Grid stuff.
Yeah,
which Dino Fury touched on actually, and did a really good job with the Morphin Master stuff. So yeah.
For the Red Ranger, I'm just gonna pick the person that I think would do a phenomenal job in that role. It's a young and up and coming actor named Daren Clymans.
Oh.
Did you say Frank Grillo?
No, I said Exolo.
Oh,
I wouldn't pick him for that either.
Like Cobra Kai is basically like the go-to like fan casting right now.
That's true.
Only one character on that show. If it's Green Ranger related, I want Tanner playing that character. I don't give a fuck about that other.
I think Cameron, I believe, was cast as the White Ranger in the fan casting thing.
Oh, another thing that they did say though, like they did say Tommy, like a Tommy-esque character. Well, no, in the original reboot for Netflix, Tommy was going to be the Red Ranger, but he was going to betray the team. So in the original reboot, it was gonna be a rehash of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Yeah.
On Netflix.
Well, no, because he didn't betray the team. He ain't know them like that.
And this new one, he was gonna be the leader and betray the team.
I actually think that's interesting.
Didn't Time Force do something like that? Kind of. Didn't they do a thing?
Yeah, Alex did portray the team.
Yeah,
but did he really?
He didn't really. He just like basically lied to him about his death.
Like he didn't really do shit.
He was a terrible like leader though. He was a jackass.
Yeah, he was.
He was a terrible leader. I cannot lie. He was terrible.
Get that man out of here.
So if Jin and Wes hook up, does that mean that technically Jen's like the
Did he have a thing with her? Like oh no.
That's too young. Hey, that's too much for Daren's young years.
Dude, I ain't never think of. Why'd you bring that up? Now, that just made me feel nauseous.
So she technically dated her ancestor.
That's
and almost married him too.
Well, ancestor comes before. What is he would be the descendant?
Descendant.
Oh no, that's weird. No.
I mean,
because what if they did have a kid and then she goes back to the future? So then did she like
very Steve Rogers with him?
I'm good. See, that's different though. Steve Rogers didn't marry like Peggy's niece,
but they kissed.
They did, but no one cared for that relationship, so it gets a pass.
I cared.
You didn't care. We all cared about him and Peggy.
You're right.
No one cared about Sharon, even though they got a long-standing relationship in the comics. They just had no chemistry.
Well, she was also supposed to be like Hydra or something.
Yeah,
that would have been cool.
I mean, did she turn at the end of Falcon and Winter Soldier?
Man, no one even
cares. I don't think we're ever getting back to that.
Right.
I think we're done.
We're not.
But yeah.
But yeah,
dude, I can't wait to get the white light, bro, because these episodes are rough.
Yeah, we're almost to white light, but
in the second team.
Yeah, in the second team. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been episodes 6 through 10 with some mild rambling.
Yeah,
you know how we
talk about these episodes, man.
Yeah. So hope to see everybody tomorrow.
Next week, 11 through 15.
I'll be back next week.
Next week, 11 through 15. I'm not going to give a day because we don't know.
Why not do 11 through 16? Let's do 11 through 16 since White Light's like the next episode. Just get all the filler.
He said 11 through 16.
No, I thought he said 11 through 15 because that's 5 episodes.
Yeah, I did 15. I said 15.
Tosh said 16.
Oh, okay.
Well, I was talking about what Daren said.
Yeah.
I didn't hear what
I
Tosh
said
said.
15.
I thought Daren said 16.
No, Daren said 15.
Are we high?
Apparently.
Well, you know us black folk, we gotta smoke that ganja.
Wait, hold on. I don't smoke.
Oh,
not no more.
Oh my goodness.
I did smoke when I worked at Amazon.
Look at Daren. Yeah.
I needed something to get me through them night shifts, bro.
Yeah.
It was strictly for performance, Daren. Strictly for performance.
Mm-hmm.
For performance. What type?
Because I would be tired, and like during the break, like the 30-minute break, they would be over there smoking. They'd be like, "You want something?" I'm like, "Nah," but they were like, "Weed affects people differently." So it helped me chill. Like, so, yeah.
And look at Daren like, "Ooh, I should try some."
No, weed definitely like affects people differently.
Peer pressure on him.
I wasn't like hooked. Like
I was.
I'm not like.
Don't fall for peer pressure. Don't fall.
Okay, but we will see everybody.
Bye.
Peace.
More phenomenal.
Oh, I have to hit the. Wait, are you not? I thought. Come join the Geek Drums Nation.